I'd just like to begin. My name is Gordon Benya. I'd like to begin by giving a land acknowledgement to the land that we're on. We're on Tongva territory, and I think that it's very important that we always acknowledge that this land was wrongfully taken. I'm just going to read the stuff that I wrote down. The system continues to persecute our people, but how could someone be undocumented on stolen land? We know that the system continues time and time again to treat asylum seekers as less than human. But don't get this confused. This is not every asylum seeker. This malicious treatment only happens to asylum seekers that are black or brown. If you come from Europe and add to this idea of whiteness, this so-called America that is built on this ideology of whiteness, you are welcomed into this country with open arms. I always think back and refer to the story that I saw about this Ukrainian child who fled to the US that was an 8-year-old and he was getting praised and he was here with open arms. But when the same exact thing happens to a child coming out our southern border, they're locked up in a cage that has inadequate treatment, inadequate living conditions, and are treated like animals. One of the main reasons why we're all here, and you all know this, is to protest SB 1718. SB 1718 is a racist law that has just passed in the state of Florida. To give an example of what SB 1718 does, if a person who is undocumented gets hurt and they have to go to the hospital, upon arriving to the hospital, they have to ask them for proof of citizenship. If they're undocumented, they're going to be deported. So now you know that undocumented foreigners are under attack. This law also aims to persecute anyone who interacts with a person who is undocumented. I'll say this and I will always reiterate this. No human is illegal. Woo! No human is illegal on stolen land.
That's right.
Our people that cross this imaginary border are from this land. Aslan, we know this, right?
Right.
We did not come here by boat, we were already here. If the colonizers came here by boat, call us illegal. We know that a change of political parties does not matter with the dehumanization of our people. Whether it's Democrat, whether it's Republican, they're going to continuously put laws in place that dehumanize our people. The Biden administration just lifted Title 42, which could have been a great turning point for migrants. Instead, they re-implemented Title 8, which was a Trump policy. With Title 8, now a person that does not have status, upon being prosecuted, they're going to actually go to prison before being deported. And if they continue to cross over and get caught dead, they're going to go to prison again and be prosecuted more and more and more times. The Biden administration continues to give back power to Border Patrol and ICE and continues to militarize our southern borders. The camps that they hold our people in, which they refer to as detention facilities, need to be shut down. In these camps, people are not given proper medical treatment. We know that in these camps, women have forced sterilizations.
Yep.
In these camps, asylum seekers face death. For those of you that didn't know, just last month, an 8-year-old child died after being detained by Border Patrol in Texas because the officers failed to give her proper medical treatment. Not even a week prior to this, a 12-year-old died in a detention facility in Florida. She was from Honduras. Her name was Angel Espinosa. Let's all say her name, Angel Espinosa.
Angel Espinosa!
Those are only two of the rising number of deaths that continue to take place in these camps. We need to rise up and we need to fight back. So thank you all for being here and standing up and fighting back. We call on the Biden administration to shut down ICE. We call on the Biden administration to close every single one of these camps. We call on the Biden administration to remove every racist immigration law put in place. We call on the Biden administration to pass legalization for all the undocumented. And most of all, we also call on every politician that has a voice to speak up about this. There's not enough media being portrayed about the situation that's taking place. So we call on anybody that has a voice to speak up and let our voices be heard. We call on allies from other countries too to speak up because these camps are terrible. They're terrible things that are happening to our people. We call on them to actually care. And most importantly, we just want to be treated as human. So thank you all for taking time. Thank you all for being here. Let's continue to fight for the rest of them.
Yes. Woo! Yes,